Hi everyone, I'm Teri Pichot at Denver Center for Solution Focused Brief Therapy. And one of the things that I'm oftentimes asked to describe is what is the difference between problem solving and solution focused brief therapy? So I want to take just a few minutes to give you an example of these two different ways of thinking. So in problem solving, the whole goal is to get rid of the identified problem. Solution building or the philosophy that's behind solution focused brief practice is all about not about getting rid of the problem, but instead it's about creating a preferred future. So one of the best ways to describe what I'm talking about is by using a playful analogy. Let's take housework, right? So that's something that's a necessary evil that all of us have to figure out how to get done. So in problem solving, we try to figure out what happened that caused the house to get so messy, right? So in that conversation, you might ask me questions about how long has it been since I vacuumed? How long has it been since I've dusted? What's kept me from dusting sooner? What gets in my way? What are some of my barriers? What it was like when I was growing up with the housework? Whose role was it? All of these kinds of thinking. And in that line of questioning, there's a very good chance you're going to create feelings or trigger feelings of shame or feeling bad about myself as I think back about what went wrong, right? In solution-focused work, instead, we're going to focus about imagine it sometime in the future and the house is how you would like it to be. What would it look like? So we're going to get a description, and that's going to feel really good, right? To think about what it would be like when my house was clean. However, it's very important to understand that if I sit here and just think about how wonderful it would be if my house was clean, it actually doesn't help me get the house clean at all. So a very important fact is no change will ever happen from description alone. But description has a very important role. We have to first figure out what we would like, right? But change actually happens from what we call process house. So if you ask me the question about how I would like my house to be, I might describe how I would like the dog toys picked up. I would like the dishes washed, so when I walk into the kitchen, the counters are clean and ready to cook, all of those kinds of things. But the most important questions would be, how did I get it that way? You know, did I just go through like one shot and pick up all the dog toys? What did I do with the dogs? You know, because I don't know how it is in your house, but in my house, the dogs follow me. And as I put the toys into the toy box, they're coming along after me and grabbing the toys and pulling them back out. So my question would be in this future place, not only how did I get everything cleaned up, but how did I keep it that way? So did I do it when the dogs were gone? Was it, again, a one-time thing? Or was it a continuous thing? How did I get myself up off the couch to do that? So the thing I want you to see is in solution-focused practice, not only do we work on behavior change, which is very important, but we also take it a step further and we work on behavior maintenance. Because in solution-focused practice, we believe that every single session might be our last. So in traditional way of thinking, you would first work on behavior change. And once the client has perfected behavior change, then you'd move on to behavior maintenance or relapse prevention, right? But the research shows us, regardless of what theoretical model that you tend to use, most clients set their own discharge date. And the majority of those clients don't give us the courtesy of telling us when that was. So in solution-focused practice, we act as though every single session could be our last, because in reality, it could be. So because of that, we don't want to just do behavior change in a session. Every single session has to have both behavior change and behavior maintenance.